Greetings, everyone. This is my first Descrit, and I just wanted to show you exactly how I plan to get this design up and off of the ground. So, as you can see on my screen here, I'm using Screencast-O-Matic. It has been great so far. I have not found any major bugs in it at all. So, first of all, let's examine the storyboard for my project. Okay, so I use PowerPoint to make a short storyboard. Ideally, I would have loved to have an office to uh, write my storyboard down on these huge pieces of white paper and tape it to the wall and look very professional. Unfortunately, I'm mobile right now as I'm at conferences. So, just to get by for now, we're going to use PowerPoint. And on PowerPoint, you can see that I started the storyboard here. And my project covers the Book of Acts and the Holy Bible. This past Lent season, instead of giving up something, I decided that I would add something to my life, and I wanted to study a little bit deeper in the faith. So every day, I took time out of my day to read, and during that time, I reflected in a journal on my phone. As I read, I would take notes on there. So what I did was I went through the entire book of Acts, and then I also did a few other readings because Acts only has 28 chapters in it. I believe 28. Might be 29, but I believe it's 28. Anyhow, it's 28 chapters. So I proposed to Dr. Reber that I would use those writings to basically be the base of my project. I plan to include all my reflections for all the chapters. Include the chapters themselves, maps, pictures, interactive things for people to do to really bring the book of Acts to life. So, if you will, we'll look at the screen here and we will take a look at the storyboard. So on this page, on the home page, the index, I plan to introduce myself and the site, kind of explain what I just said in a little bit more detail to any users that may come by. I would like to have some nice aesthetics, appealing font, and a good picture. So that'll be a really good thing to start with. The root of the site. The site will begin with a page for each chapter. Each page will include my notes and the text from the chapter along with graphic representations to help the user better understand. The site will grow from that root. The root of the site will give way to pages linking to the pages representing the chapters and notes. Anytime we can throw something in there where maybe you'll see, for example, a Sea of Galilee or something, I could always link that to an outside source, which is called an absolute link, believe it or not. And we can take that absolute link and just give the users an idea and a way to research further if they so choose to do so. So that is my storyboard, and it's not much of a storyboard yet, but I will use it to spurn the idea, and from there we will go forward. But I want to give a little shout out to the tools that I've used. Besides Screencast-O-Matic, I already gave them their credit. I also would like to talk about the New Boston for a second. The New Boston is an educational site that this man named Bucky thought up of, and he created it. And you can see on the left here all these disciplines. And if you go to computer science and check it out, you can go down here and you can pick all these things to learn from. So everything I learned to create this project came from and will come from these tutorials. Um, on the left hand side, you can see there's 40, I think 40 something, 46 tutorials that can really walk you through how to be a better web designer. Okay? I even created a little account up here so I can keep up with this guy as he goes through and adds more things. And recently I released my 5 sections I'm really excited to look into for my classroom next year. Okay, so after that I also chose to use Notepad++. I believe it is the best to learn HTML from. We could all use a GUI, but unfortunately when you use a GUI, people tend to get lazy, and not to say anything's wrong with that, because it is more efficient, yes, but I believe actually knowing the material and knowing the HTML can help you out in really confusing circumstances where you may find that you get stuck or someone needs help or whatever. You can actually open up HTML and read it, and that makes it a little bit more functional, if you will. Okay, so we're going to start this thing off. We haven't started anything yet, so we're going to start off live with you all. Okay, the very first thing that we want to do is go to the file, and we're going to go to Save As. Okay, in my desktop, I have a folder called the University of Georgia for my grad school. So, UGA, click on the folder, appropriate folders, go down here to this class, design project right here. Okay, we're going to create a new folder. Alright, now this is a root folder, so we want to give it a very simple name. Okay, so this is going to be just project folder, or you know what, it's even better than that, work in progress. Okay, so now we have work in progress folder. I click to the side, we're going to open that up. So one very important detail to remember whenever you are typing a site up from scratch, which is called, the act of that is called markup. Okay, that's what the H stands for in HTML. I'm sorry, that's not what the H stands for hyper. I'm sorry. The M stands for markup. Down here at the bottom, you open it up, and you can see all these things to choose from. Well, we're going to just press the H, take us straight to the H's, and find hypertext markup language. Click on that. And the very first page of a project is always called the index page. Index. And we're going to write HTML in there for the file extension, just for good measure. Although it should do it automatically with the save as type right here. So press save. Okay. And here we're going to put in the basic HTML. So first tag is always an HTML tag. Alright. The second one is going to be a head tag. That's where a lot of CSS qualities go and links and all of that kind of thing, but it does not matter at this current moment. Then we'll put a title tag in, and then we're going to close the title tag. We'll go and fill that in a minute. We will then open the body tag. We will close the body tag. Okay, so as a good designer, we have to think, what is the fastest way to get this done? Copy and paste. Save as, those functions will help people who are designing by hand way more than I can ever describe to you in the 10 minutes I'm going to use for this video today. Okay? But, trust me, save as and the copy and paste. Yes, this is greatly. So we're going to title here, and this title will be universal because it'll go on every page. I'm just going to go up into the tab mark. So here we're going to put a journey, I spelled journey right, through X. Okay? So, after everything you do, it's always good to save early and save often. Let's actually test question mark first. Press save, and then we'll go down to the body. Now, we know that on a typical page, not that we can go in and put on custom changes, but on a typical page, we're going to have two pieces of content for sure. One piece will be the actual reflection I wrote. The other piece will be the context from the chapter. So we know that we need something that will go right in the middle and divide the two. So those are called horizontal rules. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put content, and then we're going to put chapter here, just to remind ourselves. And then we're going to put in a horizontal rule there. Now, on the horizontal rule, we're going to give something called an attribute. Attributes go inside the tag. An attribute gives an element a special feature, if you will. Okay? So, attributes can be anything from height, width, to colors, to any of that kind of stuff. A lot of styling is done through the CSS, and we'll get there eventually. But for now, we're going to focus on natural structure, and those have to do with the tags in HTML. So we're going to put a width, and notice how we're using this great application of Notepad++ that when you type in when you type that in there, then it turns red, so you know what you're doing is correct. Okay, and then we'll put these quotation marks for the value of this, and we're going to put 100%. You can put pixels, but we're going to go 100% for now because that's just easier to do, and I think it's more effective. Alright, so once that's done, we're going to go in here and put content reflection. Those will eventually be replaced with the actual reflections and the actual contents, but for now, we're just going to put that in to remind ourselves. So, I'm going to save it, and then I want to launch it to see how it looks. And excuse me, we are going to go over 10 minutes, but just shortly. So, let me go launch in Chrome. Okay, we see that the horizontal rule worked correctly. The chapter and reflection, we both show up here, so we know where to put it in there. Alright, so there's one thing that we do know about this website. That is that in the site, it is going to have at the very least, 28 pages for each chapter, one for each chapter. So, I'm going to now go here to File, go Save As. Alright, and I am just going to put page 1.html. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to do that literally 27 more times until we have all the pages. You can also copy and paste it and then go in there and change the page name if you want to do that. It's up to you. But anyhow, I've gone over on my desk here, but this is how we're going to get started, and by the time you see me in my next desk quit, I should have all the pages created and start to put the content in. Thank you for watching, and please email me at jrs1987@uga.edu if you have any questions. Once again, that is jrs1987@uga.edu. Thank you for watching.